Welcome to Meghalaya, a state forever known for its natural beauty, but for some reason rather ignored by enthusiasts. Very few have the experience of driving on the rolling hills of the state. Porsche, however, is correcting this with the media drives of the Porsche Cayenne, the 2023 Porsche Cayenne. And to make things interesting, we're driving to Cherapunji, bang in the middle of the monsoons. This is going to be an interesting drive. I'm Anand Mohan. You're watching Evo India. Let's get driving. Now there's so much that a Porsche's got to do to impress you, but in the Cayenne specifically, the interior is the place that has to impress you. It is the luxury SUV in Porsche's lineup, and the 2023 Cayenne doesn't disappoint in that aspect. The materials are superb. Some of the detailing, the knurled finish here, the brushed aluminium with that pattern over here, the multiple screens on the dashboard, they're all superb quality. It's got the Taycan digital display now on the instrument cluster. The analog dials are gone, but this also looks brilliant. Unlike the Taycan though, it doesn't have the touch buttons on the instrument cluster. That was a little irritating to use. This is quite nice. It's a good blend of digital and proper feel buttons here. The screen, you get a first screen here for the instrument cluster, the middle screen here, and there is a third screen here. This car specifically is not spec'd with it. It's a 1.5 lakh option, but it does come as an option and you can spec it out. Good for the passenger who's sitting in the front seat, because you can watch your Netflix movies or your YouTube or something like that, and it's not going to distract the driver. At launch of the 2023 Porsche Cayenne, you only get the base variant of the Cayenne in India. You will get a Cayenne S sometime soon, but the Cayenne right now comes only with the turbo V6. The interesting thing about this update is that air suspension is standard on the Cayenne. Otherwise, it would be an optional extra. Speaking of options, you get a long, expensive list to tick from. Since the beige Cayenne Coupe was the car with the most options on the media drive, let me run you through it. The Cashmere beige paint is a rupees 5 lakh option. Want the wheels painted in the same color? It will set you back by rupees 8.3 lakh. The sport exhaust costs rupees 5.9 lakh. The tinted matrix LED headlamps light the road like Christmas every night, but you have to pay rupees 5.7 lakh for it. Inside the two-tone leather interior is an 8 lakh option. The 360-degree surround view camera costs rupees 3 lakhs. The Sport Chrono Pack costs rupees 2.1 lakh. And I'm not even halfway through the options list. This coupe has over 60 lakh worth of options. But you know what? While customizing a Porsche is a must, it doesn't matter once you start driving. So let's get back to what it feels like from the driver's seat. Cayenne has always been a sporty SUV, a better driver's car than any other SUV you can buy in the luxury car space. But it has become even better with this air suspension update. You get a 2-chamber, 2-valve setup in the new adaptive air suspension, and what that does is that it gives you better ride at low speed, going over say a speed breaker like this, or the road rumble, the potholes, going through everything. It just irons out everything. It's butter smooth on our roads, and you sort of feel like you want to go through some rough roads just to experience how good that suspension is. It's amazing how Porsche has done it, but at the same time it balances out good ride with a sportier setup in your sport mode. When you switch the car from its normal modes to sport modes, it rides even better. I mean, it gives you a lot more confidence in corners, and all-wheel drive of course gives you tons of grip, but more than anything it is the suspension that shines through. It just gives you amazing ride on all kind of road surfaces. It's the kind of thing that you want to take the car for a road trip. You want to go over long distances, you want to do 700-800 kilometers every day in this car. It's that relaxing, that much more engaging and that much more fun to drive than before. Now the good thing about that suspension update is that it allows you to drive to your heart's content on the roads of India. It feels a little more indestructible than before, and that means you can really put the car through its paces on these beautiful winding roads of Cherapunji. And Cherapunji has these brilliant switchbacks going from one corner to another. It's always flowing, so once you get into a rhythm in a car like this, I mean the grip levels are amazing. That V6 really wants you to push it hard, and you can enter into corners with a lot of confidence. The thing about Meghalaya is that the landscape is wide open, so you can see one corner to another and push the car a lot more. The V6, that's a gem of an engine. Now the Cayenne gets the torque converter, not the PDK dual clutch gearbox, and this gearbox, it likes a more comfortable drive. When you're in normal mode, it's totally fine, smooth. That V6 engine is also creamy smooth, so you're going to have a very comfortable drive. But the minute you switch to sport and you're on part throttle, the gearbox is a little hesitant to pick the right gear. You got to step on the gas when you're in sport to really enjoy the Cayenne, and that's where it's at its most comfortable. The grip levels are incredible. Just point and shoot, it just holds its line. All-wheel drive working brilliantly to just keep you on your desired path. It's the perfect sporty SUV for India. Maybe a little bigger than the Macan. I think the Macan is the right size for India, but in terms of performance, this car is just right. You are paying a good price for it though. 1.35 crores for the SUV, 1.42 for the Coupe, and that is the the bare spec minimum that you get for the Cayenne, and then you spec it up to what, 30-40 lakhs, 60 lakhs worth of options. It's a 2 crore car plus taxes on that. Now when you drive any Porsche, it impresses you with its all-round ability. It is a no-brainer that Porsche makes brilliantly engineered cars. But with the Porsche Cayenne, the biggest takeaway is its suspension over every other aspect of the car. The way it handles low-speed ride, the way it handles corners at high speed, the different drive settings, the big difference between the drive settings, and the way the car feels so specific for each drive setting. It's amazing. It's the best handling SUV in its class, but it's also got the best ride quality at low speed, the comfort at low speed for its class. Thank you for watching Evo India. See you on the next one.